Hi guys, I'm Dr. Mo. In type 1 diabetes person, the cells in the pancreas that are located below and behind the stomach doesn't produce enough insulin. Insulin is a hormone produced in the pancreas by cells called beta cells. Instead of the insulin going into the cells, it gets stored in the bloodstream. There are two types of cells, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotes are simple cells that are mainly found in bacteria. They don't have a nucleus or membrane-bound organelles. Eukaryotics are more complex than prokaryotics, and they contain a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. And they are found in plants, animals, and fungi. We have different cells to do specific things. They are called specialized cells. Groups of specialized cells work together to make tissues such as muscles. Different tissues are put together to form a larger group, which are called organs. Macromolecules are crucial to our bodies because they provide us with energy, strength, and insulation. However, in type 1 diabetes, the cells don't like the large carbs in the small intestine to get broken down into glucose. Therefore, the glucose does not get absorbed into the blood. An enzyme is a substance that is produced by a living organism that acts as a catalyst to bring about a specific biochemical reaction.
Go.
Welcome.
DNA relate to type 1 diabetes.
DNA is an important chemical in our body that keeps us alive. It is a genetic code that decides our appearance. The genetic code is a set of rules by which information encoded in DNA or RNA sequences is translated into proteins by living cells. A simple error can cause a whole chain of catastrophic events such as mutation or diseases. A disease called diabetes occurs when the body can't use glucose, which is a type of sugar normally. Glucose is the main sugar of energy for the body cells. The levels of glucose in the blood are controlled by a hormone called insulin, which is made by the pancreas.
How does mitosis and replication relate to type 1 diabetes?
Mitosis is the process in cell division where the nucleus divides into 4 stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, and normally resulting in 2 new nucleus. Each one contains a complete copy of the parental chromosome. As mitosis replication involves a duplication of the cell's content, proteins long associated with the timing of cell division are central to newly identified mechanism that regulates insulin. However, the World Health Organization estimates that diabetes, which is a metabolic disease of major public health concern, affects more than 400 million people.
Thank you, Dr. Angel.
Welcome guys. Protein synthesis is one of the most fundamental biological processes by which individual cells build their specific proteins. Inside the nucleus, the DNA molecule is unzipped from around the gene by DNA polymerase. The DNA is replicated and mRNA is formed in the process of transcription. The mRNA travel out of the nucleus and into the cytoplasm, where it bonds with the ribosome. Insulin resistance can affect protein synthesis, reduce glucose disposal, and fuel flex during hyperinsulinemia, a condition in which there are 2 excess levels of insulin circulating in the blood. In type 2 diabetic patients may affect mitochondrial ADP production, and ATP dependence processes such as protein synthesis would be crucial by reduced ATP availability. Heredity. Meiosis is the process of division in which the number of chromosomes per cell is cut in half. In animals, meiosis always results in the formation of gametes, but in other organisms it can give rise to spores. Genetic variation is increased thanks to meiosis. While fertilization, one gamete from each parent combines to form a zygote. Each gamete contains a different set of DNA. This produces unique gene combinations as a final result. Emphasizes on the study of genes and genetic variation. Also, inheritance is a process of genetic transmission of characteristics from parents or ancestors to offspring. To better appreciate how this process is done, it is necessary to use a Punnett square. This is an example of meiosis. If a person that has short hair, which is big age, goes with a person that has long hair, little age, and they have babies, these are the possible outcomes for their kids' hair length, and which is going to be medium. Mutation is an unexpected permanent change in the nucleotide sequence in a gene or a chromosome. Mutation can will harm or benefit the gene or chromosome that has mutated. For example of mutation would be if a U is an A is a U, C is a G, and G, if it stayed the same, that would be called a mutation.